Hey y'all, so I'm gonna be reacting to a video about Jubilee that I wanted to react to a while back, but I never got to it. It's called My Tics Show My True Feelings, Agree or Disagree. My tics that I have, I like to say that, and I don't want to offend nobody, but I am pretty good at hiding my tics, especially around people who I don't know. I'm good at disguising them, or as ticking together, or Carly says, we're good at, what did she say? Oh, it'll come back to me. Redirecting your tics. Yeah, I'm good at doing that type of stuff. Because for a long time, I didn't know that what I had were tics. I thought it had something to do with OCD. Like I had to make movements or make noises in a certain pattern until it satisfied whatever was going on in my brain. I didn't know that those were tics because I felt like I could control them, and I heard that Tourette's and tics like that you fully cannot control, which I can't stop them, I should say, but I can manage them and how loud I am with my vocal tics or how much I'm moving with my motor tics, if that makes sense. I know it probably doesn't. Whenever I'm suppressing my tics, I am a little stone-faced because I'm like trying so hard just to focus on not ticking. So please excuse my RBF, my resting bitch face. That's just me trying my best not to tick. I don't like showing my tics, but at the end of this video, I'm going to show the current tics I have right now, quickly, not too much. Anyways, let's see if this video will trigger it. Trigger my tics.
I can sit here. F you. You're a piece of shit. I don't like you. F you. That's just a tic, I promise.
I think
but, you know.
She said, I think it.
We have Tourette's syndrome. Get with it, bitch.
All right. It bothers me when people laugh at my tics. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have a lot of funny tics, whether it's just word tics, whether it's big movement, whether it's my cussing tics. I also make social media content on TikTok exploring the funny sides of Tourette's and what it's like to live with Tourette's. And when I'm with my friends, we laugh at my tics because they're funny. How tics, then I feel more accepted and I feel more myself, and I feel like I can freely tic. But if you're laughing at me, that's a whole different story. If you're making fun of me, that's drawing the line.
I realized that what would be way worse than being laughed at is if like my friends and peers and family were like trying to baby me, you know, and like be tiptoe around me and like walking on thin ice. Like I would much rather be like made fun of from somebody that I don't care about than like know that I'm being treated differently by the people in my life just because I have this thing.
Sometimes I'll say something like just kind of mean, all around really insulting to someone. At that point, it's like the only way to play it off, is if it's like a friend, of course, is to like laugh at it, be like, wow, that's such a ridiculous thing I just said. What? So
for me, like, they're my boys, like I just met them, like, yeah, like, laugh at my Twitches, I don't care, but like, I don't care. If you don't laugh, you're gonna look at me weird, then I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck you looking at, bro? Like, the fuck, everybody here is laughing, you just look at me, that's like disrespectful right there, you know?
I think it definitely is a distinction of laughing at someone rather than with them. Again, using common sense, like Summer said, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you first. I went to a restaurant a couple weeks ago, and wow, I was ticking pretty bad. Wow, fuck off. And the table across from me started like laughing at me and trying to get me to tick and like, wow, just treating me like a sideshow more than anything. And that was really not appreciated.
Okay, so this is fun. So there's hot takes that our audience has submitted, which are assumptions that they make about people with Tourette's.
I didn't know what they were about.
Having sex is hard because of my tics.
It makes it better. I call it the touch stroke. That's what I call it.
Oh gosh.
I hit it with the touch stroke, and like I can go for like hours, all night, 6 hours. It's like endurance. Like, yeah, I twitch sometimes here and there, but it's like they don't care. Like, they like it. It's weird.
It's okay for people with Tourette's to say the N-word if it's a tic.
I have that tic, and you know, it depends on the context of the situation. You know, if you're like an actual really shitty person and you enjoy saying it, and someone's like, oh yeah, like I really want to say this word, but it's okay because I have Tourette's. People will just excuse it as a Tourette's. When really, no, it's not okay. But you know, with this certain tic, I sometimes don't know when it's coming, and I have no control over holding it back.
It's not right for anyone to say that if they, you know, aren't black. But the thing is, it's involuntary. You can't control having this disorder. You can't control what you say. But I still agree that, like, in normal conversation, don't say it unless you have the right to say it.
I would just say that I'm only over here because the way the Tourette's works in my mind, and probably a lot of others, is like what you want to do or say the least is the thing that your Tourette's wants you to do or say the most.
Yeah,
Verbal
that's
tics
true.
sometimes show your true feelings.
That's very true.
So I can sit here, fuck you, you're a piece of shit.
I know.
I don't like you, fuck you. That's just a tic, I promise.
I figured.
But, you know, I can go around saying I want a boyfriend. But do I actually want a boyfriend? Maybe not.
Stick my tongue out.
Maybe I do. I don't know. It kind of depends.
I have some vocal tics where I call them my truth tics, and I'll be like, do you want to know a secret about this person? And then I'll be like, you have hair, or you're tall. Like, it's things like that. So in those cases, it's not really
wearing teal for Tourette's.
Like, sometimes I will say what I'm feeling, but most of the times it's just coming from somewhere in my brain that I have no idea. These are mom jeans. The most comfortable.
Dating is hard.
Y'all, please
3,
please don't be offended
2,
by me laughing. It
1,
was just
go.
I don't think Tourette's makes it hard. Not at all. Like, to be honest, no. I think it's just hard in like this generation nowadays. It's just hard, dude. You can't. That's it. But Tourette's never affected me with like finding somebody, you know.
I agree that dating in general is hard. Adding my personal Tourette's on it, it makes it 100 times harder. Every single second of every day, I'm ticking. Whether you notice it or not is a different story. Like, I've literally gone on dates and just been so anxious and been ticking so much that I ended up leaving, and like the other person seems visibly uncomfortable. So it just takes that much harder to find someone who's willing to commit.
Is little things where, like, you know, I can't cuddle with someone because the second they touch me, I like tense up and I'm just like, you know, although I do want to cuddle with them. So yeah, it really just depends on the severity. But for me, it hasn't been so bad. But just because I don't believe that it's hard doesn't mean that her believing it is hard is invalid.
Yeah, definitely with things like cuddling or hand holding, I feel very restricted, and my tics are like, let's break out right now. So that's a bit difficult, but I think if you find the right person that isn't just with you to pity you because of your condition, then it's, wow, a lot easier.
I feel very lucky. I've been with my boyfriend now for almost 6 years. When we first got together, we were friends for quite a while beforehand, and so he very much knew the severity of my tics, and because he saw my tics probably at their worst and at their best. Even when I was dating before we were together, I'm very upfront about my TS from the get-go, because I found that it's almost like a, I don't know if the word is litmus test, but my tics make it so that the people who are around me are generally better people, and because they're people who are more accepting and more understanding.
But that's my issue, is finding the right person, because I'm upfront that I have Tourette's, and I tell them like the severity of it. They see my TikTok, they see my Instagram.
I just went ahead and ended the video right there because my iPhone is running out of storage and it keeps stopping. That is making me very upset. It's making me upset. First of all, what that guy said about the thing that you don't want to say that usually comes out, that is so true. For people who have the N-word as a tic, I definitely feel sorry for them, because that's really not a good tic to have. It's the same with people who have coprolalia. They cuss. Even though it's rare to have that, but it's still not a good thing to have, obviously, because people are going to be offended by it. It's a lot of people who's not going to understand. It's people who don't understand what Tourette's is. It's people who think that you're faking. So I just know that that's not fun to have. So bless whoever has that. And that also brings me to a point that I wanted to make. Whenever I'm with somebody and it's quiet, like we're watching a movie or we're just with each other, but we're on our phones and nobody's talking, that's whenever my tics are like, come on, let's go ahead and tick, let's tick, let's tick, let's tick. So that does make it awkward when it's just silent and then you're ticking. You're more so involuntary. It's gonna come out. Like, eventually you're gonna have to blink your eyes, like I said in the other video. Eventually you're gonna have to swallow. That's how my tics are. It's like, it's gonna happen. So I could suppress them, I could try to stop them all I want to, but at the end of the day, it's going to come out. Now, it may not seem like I wasn't triggered throughout the video to tick, but I definitely was. One thing I always forget to mention is, does anybody have the ability to kind of like make their ears rumble? Like, I can't really explain it, but I'll flex my ears on the inside of my head and then it makes it sound like a little rumble noise. I know y'all have to know what I'm talking about. That's a tic that I have. And usually whenever I do that with my ears, I'll blink. I'll have some extra blinks in there. So if you guys saw me doing that, that's tics. Very subtle tics. It's accurate to say I was ticking throughout the whole video. I was doing my little throat tics as well. But like that. You can't hear it. But it satisfied the urge for me to tick. So the other day, I was washing clothes and the tic I have right now is that. Okay. So he was like, is that the dryer? I didn't know he was talking about my tics. And I said, yeah. And then I guess I did it again unconsciously. I didn't notice that I was doing it. And he was like, oh, that was you making that noise. And he wasn't picking on me at all. He was just serious. He was trying to figure out what that noise was. But to me, in my head, it was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. It almost sounded like an alarm, like when your fire alarm is running out of batteries and it makes that chirping noise. It sounds like that. After he was like, oh, that's you. You know, he just went about his business. He don't care about my tics at all, which I love so much. And I appreciate that. But for me, it's still something I'm working on. I am a little ashamed about it. Can't lie and say it doesn't embarrass me. Yeah, but I'm making this noise where it sounds like your fire alarm battery is going low. And I seem to be doing it more and more. Like, I can't stop. Another tic that I have right now is every time I open up the camera in my phone to take a selfie, I have to wink. I have to wink. And I'll take about like 5 to 10 pictures before I even really start my selfie. And that takes up a lot of time. My winking tic came from Michael Jackson because he winks with both his eyes. I was like 14 or 15 whenever I saw this video of him doing that, and it stuck with me. And yeah, I've been winking ever since. But recently, I just started doing it in my pictures, doing it whenever I'm about to take a selfie. But I just wanted to give my people who have Tourette's and have tics some encouragement that you are not alone. Of course, I also have tics. I struggle with them. They wear me out. They're annoying. But we're in this together. It's my life mission to see if I could find a cure for it. I know that seems like a reach. Like, girl, you think you could find out a cure for Tourette's? Yes, I feel like I can. Since finding out about Tourette's and how much I identify with people who have Tourette's, I identify with a lot of the things that they go through. I haven't been properly diagnosed by an actual doctor or neurologist. But I did see my nephew have tics. And my sister took him to the doctor, and he was diagnosed with Tourette's. So the fact that we were doing the same things, I was like, well, then I have to have Tourette's too, because we literally, like, he had this tic where he was going like this, like that, with his eyeballs. And I used to do that, so I instantly recognized it in him. But I love you all. Stay confident, stay beautiful, be humble, treat people how you want to be treated, encourage others, be grateful for what you have, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love that from you guys, and please share my videos if you liked it as well. And yeah.